I realize this sounds really bad, but I need a bigger graveyard for my Sims. I've been using one that I built on a 30 by 20 lot for my legacy challenge, and I have completely run out of space. Not because I did anything nefarious, I just have had a lot of Sims that have died in various ways, mostly of old age. And all those graves take up a lot of room, plus I'm gonna need room to expand in the future. So today, I thought it would be kind of fun if we tried to build another graveyard. I haven't really built one since last year when Life and Death came out, and I'm gonna do it with limited packs. So I've disabled all of the other packs except for the base game and Life and Death, because that way hopefully it's a little bit more easily downloaded by you in case you wanted to use it for your own saves. And also, we don't really need to have a million packs in a graveyard lot. It's mostly just gonna be graves. This 64 by 64 lot is like the default cemetery lot in game, but I don't think I want ours to be 64 by 64. What about 50 by 50? We could just have two giant cemeteries down here. And you know what? This lot is fancy. It's kind of giving castle with it all being raised up like this. Okay, I think I'm gonna start just by getting some pathways together. I also think that it might be kind of fun if we had some kind of like central plaza thing. And this is kind of an out there idea, but I wanna also have a building on this lot, and I kind of wanna make it diagonal and like have it back in the corner somehow. Okay, it's been 3 seconds. I already kind of regret this idea, but I'm gonna stick to it. I'm gonna make this work. So we could have fences around the outside kind of like this. And then I kind of envisioned that we maybe could have like some sort of little pathway that like frames the whole place a little bit. Maybe there could be like a little side garden space over there by this. I'm not really sure if I should be using like pathways or if I should do it with terrain paint, but I'm kind of interested in trying to do it with actual pathways instead of terrain paint, just because I don't normally do this, especially not with diagonals. Like, this is kind of a new concept for me. I don't know about this. Like, that's weird, right? It looks bad. Maybe if we had it further over? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm really not sure what I'm doing. Would the building be nice shaped kind of like that? It should probably also get raised up, right? Maybe like really high. Oh, and we could also have a pretty big porch space on the front of this. That might help because then it's less diagonal path, because it seems like the diagonal path is what's throwing us off. Oh, but you know what the other problem is? You can't have diagonal stairs. Oh my God. You know what we could do though? It's not diagonal stairs, but we could do it with platforms, because you can have diagonal platforms. So we could get kind of like a custom stair thing going. Oh, that's floating. Okay. But see, we could kind of do it like this, and they could get up to it that way. I would honestly argue that that's actually not even that bad, especially if we made the whole square a little bit smaller, and maybe the whole place could get extended out a little bit and we make it like 3 tiles wide instead, because the width of that feels like it fits a little bit more nicely. Oh well, at least I thought it did. I don't know if that actually is true. Well, this is kind of what I thought for the layout. Oh, I also forgot there aren't really bigger fountains in this pack. In my head, I was kind of picturing myself using the one from Romantic Garden stuff, but we can't do that. That's okay. My next plan is that I would love for this to be a little bit more rounded. Oh, probably too much though. Okay, I was gonna say we could have like a round section. Maybe it shouldn't be completely round. It can just be rounded. So we can do it like this. Whenever I do builds like this, it makes me feel a little bit ridiculous, because I'm just like sat here trying to figure out this plan for the exterior, and I haven't even really built anything yet. I'm just like making a plan for what I am gonna build eventually. And it can be a slow moving process to figure out the vision for a build like this. And then all of a sudden we're like so far into the video and all I've got is like the beginnings of a path. Okay, I've made the shape of this building a little bit weirder. I don't know. You're gonna have to just hear me out on this. Okay, on this part, I'm gonna try and have that be like a little patio, like I was saying earlier. And then I'm putting this fence around the whole path. I don't actually think I'm gonna use this flooring either, but you know, this way we can hopefully see it a little bit better. And then you would go in the middle of this. That's good. I like that. Should it be black? I think the white is too light. Maybe this color is better. Maybe it's fine like this. Oh, they didn't make the Life and Death foundation as a platform trim. That's so annoying. I don't really want to use just like this plain brick, but I guess if I have to, I will. That's just like regular base game brick. The core issue here is that I decided that I wanted it to be on a diagonal. That's the problem. If I had not made that call, this wouldn't be happening. See, what's really annoying to me about this is we have this like nice gray brick from Life and Death, but it isn't the same as the brick on that foundation. And it can't be the same as the brick on the foundation. It's just not possible. Okay, well, we'll get a nice gabled roof piece kind of like right in here. Am I gonna make this part even taller? I'm not really sure how tall I want this thing to be. I think I might make it pretty tall. And then we could have like possibly some kind of tall tower bit. And I actually think this is pretty similar to what our other graveyard looks like, just bigger. Let's put a black. Well, do I want black? I don't know. I don't think I want the brown or the red, but maybe that's a nice contrasting color because there's a little bit of like this reddish tone inside of the ground, because the ground has like a little bit of that reddish tone, so we could try to use that. I do think this tower part is like too wide. I actually normally wouldn't want it to be this wide, but oh no. Oh my gosh, that's really strange. I'm trying to fix this because I want this part to like go back. Yeah, I want it to be like that a little bit. Maybe this needs to be bigger just so we can blend it all together. I want it to look like that so I can have this little tiny piece right there. I made the roof bit a little bit pointier too. I feel like that helps. Then we have these absolutely massive life and death doors. What color? See, I like this purple because I like the gray trim on the outside, but I don't really like it with the roof. Oh, can I make this part curvy? Oh, you know what? That helps. It looks creepier, doesn't it? Must be completely supported by wall. What are you talking about? What does that even mean? What if we did it with a lighter color? I don't really want to have like vibrant accent colors. I want it to be a little bit creepy looking. This one's nice because it has like that little bit of blue to it. Oh, that's clipping. Do you think it's okay if it's clipping? We're probably not gonna ever use that top bit, right? It like makes me want to use this thing. I wish I could have it be partially in the middle of the tower, but you can't really do that. Oh, these are also floating. I gotta put a platform inside. Okay, look at this. I want this thing a little bit lower. That's broken. It needs to be just there for you to be able to see it. Okay, I think actually that might be okay for the windows. I feel like that kind of works. Then I can put some matching ones on the sides of the tower too. Once there's trees and stuff, I think it'll all come together. In here, I just want to have an area for us to have a funeral. And I also want to have bathrooms inside of the main building. Let me change the lot type to cemetery. Let's see if we can find a crypt or two, because I want to figure out the placement of the crypts. I wonder if we should have like, maybe there should be like 2 of them and they can be facing each other, or like doing something fancy like that. Because if we laid them out like this, oh, those are way too far apart. But we could lay them out like this kind of. I wonder if there could even be a 3rd one. All right, listen. This is maybe like a little bit ridiculous, but I know there's another fountain. Where is it? It's like smaller, this one. We could have a fountain in between them. It's kind of cute. And we'll hide that with trees so it doesn't look like so totally random with the 3 of them all together. We'll like cover it up a little bit more and a little bit more nicely. How about we try and get some grave sites now? Because my vision is for us to have these and have them be like all over the place. I really like how fancy these things feel. I think it's kind of cool to have like nice fancy dedicated space for them. I don't know if that's too much or not, but it's happening. Okay, so you would go here. Trying to make sure I have them all evenly spaced apart too. Oh, you're too far forward. After I just said that, I like go and mess it up. This is where I have the ones on the other side. Okay, so that has them evenly spaced with the front of this part, but would it be better for us to have them be evenly spaced with like this section of the cemetery? Also, I think I want to use some of these. That's like what, every 2.5 tiles maybe put them? I have no idea if this is too much. I think I kind of want to have like long lines of decorative trees. Not everywhere, but in a lot of the area. Like that looks pretty good over here too. Maybe we get these to match each other. Yeah, something like that. So they're over by the crypts. And then we have this nice line of trees. I want to get a big willow tree too. I feel like this thing kind of in the middle of this area helps to break it up. We can get another big one over here and maybe like one more big one on that side of the lot. I'm gonna redo this whole section. I think I want them to be centered more. So I would have this one be centered like with that tree, and then we would line everything up based on that. Oh my gosh. In the afternoon, it's so bright. I didn't even really realize that it was so dark, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay, well, it's gonna be that bright just in general, I guess. I would say that that is actually really off-putting, the brightness of the lot. I need to go to Manage Worlds and come back. It's looking cool from Manage Worlds too. Yeah, see, this lighting, a little bit more reasonable. Looks a little bit nicer. Let's get a trash can. We need to have some benches. Do the benches from Life and Death still not count as a bench? Oh my god. I forgot about that. This thing is literally called the Prideful Llama Griff Bench, and the game doesn't see it as being a bench. Only these base game ones are benches. I just really struggle with this game sometimes because it's literally been over a year since this pack came out, and we're still dealing with like random little glitches like this. And it's not just this pack. Like Life and Death isn't even one of the buggier packs for the game. I actually wouldn't say it has that many problems, but there's just always something. There's always a problem. This stuff with the tagging, that's like a really, really common issue in The Sims 4 too. I feel like everything has tagging problems. Maybe I will put just one of these like little old outdoorsy bathrooms. It's kind of clipping into the trees, but I actually don't really mind that too much. I think that this has some nice potential, and then we don't need to have the bathroom be in the main building. It's probably nicer for there to be one outside anyway. It also helps to split up our little graves here. Let's make sure these are in line properly. So these ones are supposed to go right there if we want them to line up nicely with the other space. How does that look? I think that's okay. I guess they're not perfectly even. This one would need to be like right here for them to be even, technically speaking. And then like, is that too close to the bathrooms on that side? Maybe it's a little bit close, but I think that looks good top down. Okay, I was also thinking that we could have like on an angle a bunch of headstones placed this way. And this is where I feel like maybe I'm getting a little bit more out there. Like maybe I shouldn't be doing this, but I thought this could be kind of a cool way to fill in the space, because then we can maybe stagger them a little bit over here too. This one's like really on a weird angle. Yeah, see, we do it like this. We change the colors of a few of them so that there's some color variation, and we fill those in like the whole front of this space. Maybe these are a little bit too close together. I don't know. I'm actually kind of struggling to tell where I'm placing them. Are those in a line like that maybe? Okay, too close. Oh my gosh, I'm struggling so much. It's because I've placed them on half tiles. I need to be more careful about making sure that they're placing on like the intersection of the points. We want them to be like here. I think that'll have them laid out better. Okay, I've put a few more gravestones in. I think I might do like one more little section. I don't know, maybe if we fill the whole thing in like on both sides facing us this way, maybe that would be kind of cool. I just don't want to. I don't want to have to place them all. Okay, I think I finished this side. We'll have to copy them over to this side now too. I wonder if we could do that. Like if I put down, oh no, that's gonna move it. I was gonna say, I wonder if I could like copy them all and just do it that way, but that's fine. We can do it manually. I think first, before I do that, I might want to get a few more of these. I really do like these and how they're raised and like kind of more fancy. So I want to have a few more of them if we can. Ooh, we could probably get maybe on this section, I might size these down. We could possibly have a few more fancy little trees back there. Possibly a couple more of them here in the front. No, I don't really want to line both sides of the front with those. I want it to be a bit more asymmetrical than that, which I know is probably silly. Like, oh, don't size that up. But you don't really want the place to be super asymmetrical. I kind of like the look of it seeming more organic. You can't even see the building if I have it like this. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's better if we can't see the building. Okay, I'm a little bit distracted. I'm struggling to figure out what kind of texture to put on this front bit, because I don't really like it with these stones, and I didn't like it with the wood either. Maybe it's like a mixture and the top is wood, but the front bit is stone. I don't know. Let's let that sit there and we can come back to it. This might sound weird, but sometimes when I'm having a hard time, like, and I can't figure out if I like a swatch or whatever it might be, sometimes it helps me to just like leave it there and genuinely just not think about it for a second and almost just like sit with it a little bit in the back of my mind, because then usually if I look back at it with fresher eyes a couple minutes later, I have an easier time. That's as far forward as I took them over here, so I probably shouldn't make it much further unless we want it to be a little bit like, I don't know, slightly more staggered, I guess. That one's probably, no, never mind. They're getting too close to the other building. They can kind of go off to the side a little bit more though. So here's kind of what it looks like top down at the moment. That's not too bad, I don't think. Okay, let me change the color of a few of these because I have them all the same right now. I just want to have a little bit more variety in it. Kind of just like random select, changing some of the colors, but not all of them. And then perhaps now would be a good time to get some more landscaping. I think I'm gonna go into debug. I want to use some of the life and death debug landscaping. There isn't really a lot of landscaping in life and death, but there's a little bit, and I'll probably use almost all of it. Oh, they also have like, I don't know, there's like these weird little things like these grasses. I'm not sure if I like those enough to use them. I was more picturing putting like these poppies sort of around the lot. Poppies and then some kind of low-lying grass or plant or something. Wow, there's like nothing. The most recent packs have really been lacking in terms of landscaping. Do you think I could put this here? Now hold on a minute. I think it looks really bad with the fountain floating, but that is really cool. If we had some kind of like really fancy like centerpiece tree, that could be cool in there, but I just don't think that's what I want for this. Centerpiece goat maybe instead. Let's get these giant pillars on the corners. This is kind of unnecessary because there already are fancy pillars on the edges, but why not make them even more fancy? It's the exact right color, so we can with no consequence. There's one of these that has plants. Oh, it's right there. I was gonna say there's one of those that has plants just in it. I wanted to use that by the front door, so we can get those by the front there. Kind of trying to get my little poppies around in the corners. Should I put some more right here? Maybe we don't need to have low-lying plants underneath them. Oh, you know what else? I want to get some like big light posts. I don't know if there really are any that we will like. I mean, this has red flowers in it, which we are kind of doing. Like, we have red flowers on our build, so isn't it kind of weird how that thing has no other swatches? 11 years with the Sims 4 base game, and they've never added more to some of these items. Let's make it fully nighttime so we can see a little bit better. I don't think I want to have these like everywhere. I also don't really like how that's in the tree, but I guess it doesn't matter too much. I've got them in most of the corners, so it's like pretty well lit up, I would say. They're also just a little bit bigger than maybe I would prefer, but let's not dwell on that too much. Okay, so the other thing is that we need to have a way to actually access all of these graves, because right now they can't step over this giant fence. They can step over some of the fences, but they cannot step over all of the fences. So we'll have to get some like little openings in a couple places. They can access this one from the back. They can access this one from right here. Maybe I open this one up on the side so they can get in there. And there could be like a little small opening right here by the tree so they can get over here. Okay, here's what it looks like if I put the regular base game flowers that I usually use underneath them. I don't like that here. So I think I might not do it. Is that clipping? Of course it is. Let's put some of these big bushes all down the side. Or I guess at least down the sides where we kind of have it like closed in a little bit. Are those clipping? No, okay, that worked out. Pleasantly surprised that it's not clipping. I really thought it was gonna be just then. Okay, so I was picturing just greenery down those parts. I do think that maybe it would be cute if we had a couple little trees right in the front. Maybe we do like 3 of them. And I know I have like so many of these trees everywhere, I know. But I think that looks good from a gallery preview perspective. Not that that actually matters that much, but it feels like a grand front entrance. Oh, we should put some bushes along the back of the building too. I wonder if we could get another one of these big trees just in the back somewhere. Is that weird? Yeah, looks bad. Don't do that. Oh, I forgot about these too. These are actually kind of nice. Just regular base game potted plant things. Okay, I'm trying now those weird fake grasses. Does it look like it's floating to you? It's because it is floating. Okay, I'm not imagining that. I was like, I feel like it's off the ground. I can't make it not float, can I? Well, yeah, they're all just gonna float. Oh man, there is a giant fountain in Life and Death. It's just in debug, and it's way too big for this now. We couldn't add that in at this point. It's like the size of our whole cemetery. That's good to know though for the future. Maybe when I build another bigger graveyard, when I outgrow my 50 by 50 lot and we have to go to 64 by 64, then I can put that giant fountain in. Okay, slowly but surely, I'm starting to get all of our flowers together. I've put them in a lot of the corners. I kind of have a few dotted around on the sides and stuff. I feel like we need some by this front entry. I'm trying my best to make them look like kind of organic too and how they're growing, which isn't really possible because it's The Sims 4, but I'm doing what I can. I don't want them to look like it's the same thing over and over, even though technically it is. I'm basically putting them in like groups of 3, groups of 2, sometimes groups of 1. How does that look? Top down. It actually feels like kind of a nice layout. I know I want to get a few more benches around if we could. I think I'll put one right here, just kind of centered on this section. I might do a couple on this part. That'll be nice because then people can come and stargaze on them. Unless maybe they actually won't stargaze there. I'm not sure. I know we joked about it, but like genuinely, if the game doesn't count those as benches, I don't know if they can actually use them to stargaze. So they look like a bench. They're named a bench, but they might not function as a bench. Okay, let's try and get these windows down the side. I think those are really pretty, so I'll just put those there. I think I'm actually gonna decorate this with a couple of tables too, because I'm kind of picturing that if you wanted to host a funeral here, you might want to have a place to sit and like serve a meal or something, and then ideal world, you'd hopefully be able to do that over here. Oh, I forgot about these beautiful trees. It's okay. This place isn't as creepy as sometimes I build graveyards to be. It's actually kind of pretty. It's like a really nice, pretty park. We don't need to have creepy, haunted looking stuff this time. I am gonna put this thing in the corner because I don't really like this little corner. I'm kind of trying to cover it up. We could possibly put the trash can right there. That's the only trash can on the lot, but I don't really think that you'll need a lot of them. Should be fine. Let's get some lighting. Oh, they have these like really fancy lights. Let's put those by the door. And you know what? Like I was saying before about like the staircase colors, I actually think that it's grown on me. I think I like how it looks right now. I don't really feel like I need to change it. I will add a telescope outside. Whenever I put a telescope down on my builds, I'll say, oh, I'll put a telescope so your Sims can die. And like, I'll say it really casually and just kind of throw that in there. But in this case, that's kind of funny. I'll put a telescope so your Sims can die. And that would honestly make it much easier on you as the player because you could just like have them die and have the funeral all at once. No need to like switch lots or anything. You can just do it all while you're here. Let's use the life and death flooring instead of the base game one. And I'll put the same thing in here. For this ceremony space, I think I might get us us a couple of bathrooms, or at least one little bathroom. These are only 2 by 2, but they feel bigger because you've got more room. But I might put a couple of bathrooms there. This can be kind of like a seating area, and then we can have the funeral in here. Maybe I get like a pretty big and kind of fancy window. We can put the casket in front of it or something. Do these come in a color that's close enough? See, it's like a true gray. I don't want that. We can make it wood, I guess. Have the arches in between. Okay, let's get these little life and death doors. Those look really pretty on that wall. I'm actually not mad about that. What else do we have from life and death that we could put in here? Because I think that maybe this really nice table for mourning, I might leave some open space for you, because then if you were gonna have your funeral, you can like add whatever you want. This photo is also broken. So lately I haven't been able to use it successfully. It's just like blank. The picture never shows up when you try to add one, but we can put it there and just like hope for the best, I guess. There are no curtains from life and death, but there are some nice base game ones that we could do. Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't want to go to the right height. So, oh my God, this game makes me so sad sometimes. I can use move objects to raise it up. It's a little bit lower than the other one, but yeah, go right there and then I'll raise you up myself. No, is that still lower? Honestly, you guys, I don't care. Whatever. If it wants to be lower, it can be lower. I wish we had more colors on these base game curtains too, because I do like those, but I kind of wish I had a little bit more variety. I'm gonna add a really fancy grand piano into this room. And you know what? We joked a lot about the whole diagonal thing and like how we regretted building it on a diagonal, but actually now that we've done it, it really wasn't that bad. It's kind of annoying to do diagonal builds sometimes, especially with like the kitchen counters not fitting properly and like weird shapes and stuff like that. But for this space, it really isn't too much of an issue. Oh, let's get these nice candles. Those will be good. Maybe we could put the bookshelves along this back wall. Oh, okay. Here's one of those times where it like doesn't fit quite right because of the diagonal. So normally on a regular wall, these would tile. They do not tile properly on diagonal, but that's fine. We don't really need them to. I just want to have something in there. Oh no, because of the platforms, you can't see the bottom of the trim on these walls. We might have to do it like all wooden. Oh, but that looks bad too. But you see, like normally it has a base to it, but the platform is higher than the base, so you can't see it. Oh man, it looks bad. It's really dark. I don't think I really wanted it to be this dark. Could do it white. No, the white was too bright. I don't think I want it to be white. I guess once we have some like rugs and stuff, this one has this pretty green and blue. I think that brings the color together more. Okay, this thing does not want to place. It does not want to go in the middle correctly. But we could do that in kind of a pretty green and blue color. We have that beautiful tarot card painting. This is kind of funny because in my save right now, my legacy heir's dad is Father Winter. So maybe putting that in here is like too on the nose. I don't know, but I think I might do it anyway because it makes me laugh. I'm gonna come back to furnishing the rest of this room. I want to get like the actual proper funeral stuff out. I know we want to have a casket. Oh, this is literally a casket though. Not like the one for the funeral, but like actually a casket. This is the one that you can like sleep and woohoo in. The one for the funeral is smaller and it looks like this. Well, you can't put like flowers or any kind of decor on this one, but I think I might use this one because it's more functional for gameplay. I know that's bad, and I probably won't even have my Sims woohoo in it, but like, just in case, I think it would be good if we had the option. Maybe I'll put the memorial display on that wall, because then we can have this giant thing. I literally just said I was gonna work on the other room, and now I'm back in this one. But I wanna have that giant thing instead. Oh, there's like a creepy little sign. Can we use that? No, it doesn't really match the fanciness of the other things. I'll get flowers. I'll get a podium. I think I'm gonna want the table and also this like memorial photo too for us to put on display. I'll do the podium kind of like next to it. Maybe all the flower things can be together on this side. I don't really know or care what color it is. That should be fine like that. Okay, and now we'll get some chairs in here. I might use a lighter colored chair. I'm also gonna try and put a bunch of chairs because I feel like I've found when playing funerals, there's not enough seats. Like the default place doesn't have enough chairs. Oh, those are too close together. But I end up with a lot of Sims just standing there and I don't really want them to do that. It only lets you invite like 8 Sims, but then all of a sudden there's a million more than that have shown up to the event. So sometimes like the deceased themselves is at the event. Gotta make sure they've all got a place to sit down when they get here. Okay, I fixed the lights down the middle. I think we could probably also have like chandeliers. At least one fancy one. Will that fit? Oh, this one's not too low down. Okay, that's good. We should definitely use that by the entryway and also in that other main room. This could probably go above the thing too. No, that's too much. Never mind, sorry. That was a lot. I want to do like 4 different tarot cards on these walls. I think those are kind of cool going down the walls there. I think I'll put a little chair. This is just a rocking chair, but I actually think that one could be kind of a nice touch in this main open space. And part of me feels like I should just leave it. and like not add too much else, because I sort of want to have an area for the Sims to congregate when they come over. Oh, I'm also gonna get some windows on this. That'll be good because these are the bathrooms. Tile situation's pretty dire. I've always hated this. This is why I try to avoid platforms. I don't really know if these look okay together, the black with the brown, but I'm gonna try it. I'm just gonna do it anyway. I also kind of feel like the one from Life and Death, the sink is too fancy. I mean, we want fancy, but like I think the Life and Death sink is too fancy in a way that is sort of modern, and that's why it's not good. Like we don't really want to have modern inside of this bathroom. That's not really the vibe that we're going for. Toilet paper, toilet paper. Probably use the mirror that we had out here. Oh, that doesn't want to be centered. Okay, great. Scary Life and Death picture. Let's put that one on the wall. Perfect. Yeah, we probably don't really need to have the 2 bathrooms. We probably could have gotten away with just one, but then I'm kind of not sure what to do with the other side. I'm just gonna put a couple smaller plants there, and you know what? I think I'm gonna say it's done. The last thing I want to do on the outside, oh wait, hold on. Actually, first, I'm just gonna paint these interior walls, and I'll put the same flooring on those parts too, because you'll be able to see, at least at nighttime, it'll be like kind of glowy from in here. You don't need to actually access the tower, but it'd be nice if it glowed. And now we can just do some terrain paint, and then we should be all set to start playing on this lot again. I know it's a little bit of a weirder build. It's also a very like oddly specific build, but it's practical. Like I actually genuinely need this, so hence why I am doing it. This is gonna be kind of a big one. It's gonna take us a little bit of time to get all the terrain paint done, I would guess. Anytime I try and do terrain paint on a place this big, I feel like I'm always missing spots. So I wanna make sure I go through pretty slow and get every single bit. I'm trying to like put it underneath the trees and underneath the bathroom. Do we want to put it on the underside of all the path? I feel like it looks nice to have a little bit on the edging of the path. I like that because it adds a little bit of dimension. But that's where we have to be careful, because this is how I mess up and like forget about spots. Oh, see, this was messed up. I need to extend that fence out. Okay, I think this whole side is done. I gotta get the other side now. I'm also trying to decide if I want to put any terrain paint underneath each of the graves, and I think I'm leaning towards no. At least maybe not underneath each of the little ones. Oh, I didn't even put this terrain paint in yet. Uh-oh. We could probably do some underneath these. Maybe even just like kind of by the little fronts of them. I also might want to change the swatches on these. I haven't decided yet about that, but we could make them so they aren't all completely identical. And then the last thing, I almost forgot about this too. I want to put some headstones on them. What if there was just like a little bit of dirt, slightly darker ground underneath these? You can barely even see that I'm doing it. It's like not even making a difference, but we know it's there. We know it's there. Oh, yikes. I don't like the different swatches. I'm gonna stick to them all being the same. But what I will do is get different graves on there. Yeah, that looks really nice. Okay, we're almost done. Just a couple more left to place. Okay, fun question for the comments. What's your favorite headstone in The Sims 4? I really like this one with the rose, and I also like this one with the bird. But if you've got a preference out of any of these, tell us in the comments. Sorry, that's so dumb. But I think now it's finished. I think we're all set. So I'm gonna put it on the gallery. I think I'm gonna call it the Legacy Challenge Graveyard or something. Oh man, I can't put the D. Okay, Legacy Challenge, all one word, Graveyard. Okay. It's uploaded in case you want to use it. And I think on that note, I'll probably wrap this video up right here. I hope that you enjoyed this one. I had a lot of fun making this, so hopefully it was fun for you too. And hopefully it looks okay. I feel like I made kind of an out there decision with laying it out like this, and it might have seemed weird at first, but I think we pulled it off in the end. I think it kind of came together. But anyway, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all tomorrow, okay? Bye, everybody. You know, me building this is a little bit too on the nose for things that are happening in my personal life lately, but unfortunately I needed it like right now for my legacy, so here we are.